Welcome to the Not Nerd Podcast. I'm Nate Heath, and we are here to help you tech better. Here with me, as always, Mr. Dave Baylor.
Hello there, hi there, ho there, my friend.
Yes,
Nathan.
indeed. Yes,
Well,
indeed.
That's been a good show.
Yeah, and that's a wrap. Just fire off all the sounders and close it out.
Let's do it.
Let's do
hello,
it.
how are you?
I'm good.
We have a show to show to people here. We have articles, we have picks, we have tips, we got everything people need.
Yeah, it is all over the place. There's a little bit of technology for everybody this evening as we record live on YouTube. Just a reminder that you should be subscribed and you should ring that bell so then you get a little notification when we schedule the episode and then when we actually go live so that you can join us. Like producer Todd and many others usually do.
Oh,
it's a good thing when your producer joins you.
Oh, speaking of producer Todd, look, check this out.
Oh, hi. Didn't see you come in.
Yeah, I got the shirt. If you're looking to support the the channel, not our channel, his channel, then go on over to
just search for Dr. RIP VHS.
I think it's hi, I didn't see you come in uk.co, I think.
Oh, yes. Yeah, put that in the show notes.
That's probably not it.
And producer Todd, his ears were burning, and he has joined us and said, "Nice shirt."
Oh, thank you.
He likes the shirt that you're wearing with his picture on it.
Yes. Big surprise.
Very, very kind of him. Well, before we get into our follow-up, I do want to mention a very special hat that I'm wearing this evening. The Mid-American Canoe Race, Fox Valley Park District, official 1991, Aurora, Illinois.
So tell us a little bit about this hat, because I'm not familiar with any of it.
Yeah, well, it is a Mid-American Canoe Race that happens in Illinois. This is the 1991 which personally means absolutely nothing. I found it on eBay and purchased it because it was really random.
So you go to eBay to find hats when every Goodwill, every truck stop, every 7-Eleven.
I've cleared those all out. Au contraire, mon frere.
Okay.
No, I just happened to be on eBay looking for something, and I was like, I haven't searched on here for several months for trucker hats, and
you're like,
this one popped up, and I was like, it's actually so many of the ones you find on there are just like, it looks like somebody takes it, puts it on a table, sits on the hat, and then takes their picture for eBay. They're just like, which flattened cardboard box did you take this out of and decide to sell it on eBay? So. Yeah.
Weird.
No special meaning to the hat, just a random classic trucker hat from eBay.
I'm wearing this one because I'm just trying to look cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of a little messing with me.
Yeah. A little
you talking
boxer.
to me? I'm walking here. That type of guy. Got a weird shadow
that
going
type
on
of
here.
guy.
Yeah. There we go.
There you go. There you go. Well, let us get into some follow-up. And we were talking about the new Pixel phones and their face fix feature, whatever it is, where you take group photo and you can fix different faces. Well, my wife has joined us as well. Welcome, Chelsea, to the chat. So I heard on MacBreak Weekly this week they were talking about it, and they had Jason Snell there referred to an article, and he actually linked to it on his website. But it's talking about the value of fake photos, and the whole idea is fake photos have been around since photos began. It was just a very certain number of people that were able to create, fake photos.
Yeah.
Now
it was
the concept. Yes, the elite could do it. So now the concept is if everybody can manipulate photos easily on their phones, they understand that they need to be cynical of everything they see as opposed to that is a photograph. That must
Mm.
be 100% correct. So I thought that was an interesting take, and it's the same with, like ChatGPT or anything. It's like, oh, I can go there and I can create an entire article on something that doesn't even exist. I need to be critical thinker, and not just take everything at face value. So,
I think you're
uh,
giving people way too much credit.
well, yes, yes,
Way
but
too
it
much credit.
slightly better. But yeah, they were talking about some, I don't know if it was World War I or World War II photo that there's all these cannonballs like in the middle of the road, and they've figured out there was like another photograph when they were off the road, and somebody had moved them on the road to make it more dramatic,
Hmm. Yeah.
something to that effect. But uh, yes, it's just the awareness of how easy it is these days to just kind of create whatever you want to. I mean,
Hmm.
my aunt famously takes all of the family photos, and
Mm.
for Christmas, if like one or two of her kids or somebody else couldn't be there for the photo, she would just Photoshop them in, and it's like, well, they weren't there, maybe they were there earlier and had to leave early or something, but if they weren't there at all, do you really get to add them into the photo?
How was the
Um,
execution of that? Did she do a good job?
she's pretty good with Photoshop. I think she had help from one of her kids. She's learned a lot, so she's able to do quite a bit in there. And most people wouldn't notice, besides the people that were there, and go, "Wait a second, I don't remember seeing him."
Right.
But yes, synthesized photography, but really
Mm.
all photography is synthesized. It's capturing a moment, and you might have mentioned that when we were talking about it, that
Yeah. It
any
is, but there are
photo
definitely
we take,
degrees. There are
yes,
definitely degrees.
yes, degrees of photification. Oh, and next up, I just couldn't wait any longer. And interestingly enough, the headline for the blog post this month is just Patch Tuesday, October 2023 edition.
Mm.
Krebs on security, he took the Microsoft off there because he is referring to both Windows and Apple, but
Oh.
he publishes it on Microsoft's Patch Tuesday. So it is
Mm.
Microsoft Patch Tuesday. Says Microsoft today issued security updates for more than 100 with an H newly discovered vulnerabilities in
Nice
its
job.
Windows operating systems and related software, including 4 flaws that are already being exploited. In addition, Apple recently released emergency updates to quash a pair of zero-day bugs in iOS.
Hmm.
So,
Quash. You don't hear that word every
quash.
day.
Yes, they were. Apple was fixing CVE 2023-42724, which attackers had been using. They also patched CVE 2023-5217, if you were
Hmm.
wondering
Yeah,
on
I was.
that.
This is the one I was curious about. So I'm glad that they did that.
Yes, yes. And most of the Microsoft fixes were less severe than usual, with the exception of CVE 2023-44487.
Hmm.
So,
Good
yeah,
to
you got to
know.
keep your eyes on those CVEs.
You know, it's
When,
important to keep your software up to date. I'm just going to take a little sidestep here
yes.
because I you wouldn't know it, Nate, because I'm waiting till now to tell you. I did update my system to Sonoma,
Oh,
the
nice.
new
Nice
operating
work.
system from Apple. So you might be thinking, well, did it break a bunch of stuff? Well, oh, and Nate, you seem to be stuttering quite a bit. I'm just gonna
Yes.
warn you there.
I did not pre-show check
Yeah.
my
So while you're fixing that, I'll
thing
come.
there. And it is super leggy on your side because I'm
Oh,
getting a YouTube's not receiving enough video. So
mm,
we've got all
interesting.
kinds. The internet has gone down with our rain that's rolled in.
Well, I'm not on Wi-Fi, I can tell you that. But let me finish my story. Um,
Yes, yes. Sorry.
the where was I with this? I was talking about software. So I updated to the latest operating system, Sonoma, and about 45 minutes ago, about an hour ago, I guess at this point, I turned it on to get everything set up, and it was like, oh, the Loopback app won't, it's not compatible. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Uh, but there was an update to fix it. I had to update
Uh,
the Loopback to get it to work.
Loopback software to work with
Yeah, but it was
Sonoma.
a little bit scary, but it was the point there was you should be updating your software regularly because in those instances where you update your operating system, your
Yeah.
apps may break. So that was just one real world
Yes.
example.
Yes. The constant issue of keeping things updated and working.
Mhm.
Well, this next one, Dave, we talk a lot about cutting the cord and streaming and all that stuff. I just don't know. Netflix to open Netflix house stores where fans can play, shop, and eat in 2024. So they just stopped shipping DVDs, but next year they're going to open physical retail sites called
This,
Netflix House.
why would you open up any retail site that doesn't already exist?
I, yeah, Netflix House. Will they sell DVDs there?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Weird.
And people let me know if I'm still leggy. I did make some adjustments on my side,
I just did a speed
and I'm
test.
still seeing.
Yeah. I did a speed test and all is well speed wise. Maybe my computer's just a little laggy.
Yeah, so I'm getting the error from YouTube streaming
Hmm.
saying YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. But you know what I will try? Oh, it doesn't let me try it in real time. So hopefully it will resolve itself.
What
I'm
say
blaming the
our
rain.
viewers? What say they?
Well, Todd said stream is super leggy, which got
Oh,
me to look at it, and
mm,
maybe we'll get
gotcha.
some real time updates from them, and hopefully it's not doing. But if you watch later, hopefully YouTube
They
will
will.
run its magic and make it
Well,
all.
it's too bad we were having this issue right now because somebody just walked by on the driveway cam, but they're out of
Oh
frame now.
no!
So
Oh
that's
man!
probably all the action we're going to get today. But we should probably
Yes,
talk about our next story.
yes, yes. Microsoft
Mm,
completes 69 billion with a B dollar takeover of Call of Duty maker Activision Blizzard, which this has been going for what, 18 months that they've been trying to do?
forever. I wonder if it's one of these things. One question I had on this was if you like, is it exactly 69 billion or is it like 68 billion 489,251 and 62 cents?
Yes,
Like,
yes.
it's just when with that much money, what's another hundred or $1,000 here and there? You know, I
Yeah.
just think it's funny.
Yes, that they have to go right with that. But yeah, this is a major thing, and I heard there was a discussion on This Week in Tech about the takeover happening and just really how some department at Microsoft that basically created their whole lobbying arm.
Hmm.
Um, oh, and Todd is saying it's insanely laggy.
All right. Well, it's probably Todd's. It's probably something Todd's doing. I got to be honest with you.
Chelsea said it's leggy for her too. She keeps getting the circle buffer. Or
Well,
no,
I'm gonna,
Todd's getting the circle buffer.
at the risk of, well, I want to try something, but at the risk of everything breaking, I could certainly try something else. Um,
It's what we like to do, just
I'm
when
going to
we
try
think we got it
something.
worked out.
Things are going to
Okay,
go away.
I'm
Hopefully, they'll
crossing
come
my
back.
fingers. Okay,
Is everybody still there?
let's see. I've got black
Is that
screen.
feedback? Black screen's okay. I can deal with black screen.
See where we're at. I don't know if anyone can hear me, but we're trying things.
Anyway, um, I I think people can still hear you. Do you want to look on your website and see what the deal is?
Todd's sending screenshots of where his stream froze up. Oh, I've got a different screen there. Do we have Dave back? Let's see if we can get Dave back. Severe outages may be occurring in your area. Oh, I see Dave.
Well, that's a bad idea. I was trying to see if it was because if it was a power issue with my computer, but
I
anyway.
don't hear Dave.
Oh, you don't hear me? I'm here.
And Todd says audio seems to have sorted itself out for the moment, though I don't hear myself.
Hmm.
Uh, oh,
Yeah, it's all good.
video keeps freezing, but audio is okay. I can't hear Dave, so I just keep
You
talking.
just
That's
keep
what I
going.
always do.
You just keep going. We talked about
Oh,
this
there we
last week.
go.
You just keep going. You just
I
keep
do.
on going.
I don't want to let the listeners down as I. Okay, so we are back. Oh,
Just keep
it
going.
is Dave's. It's frozen up for me now.
Mm.
Being kicked out of stuff.
Yeah, so this is like the last week, listeners. Nate can be heard and can be seen, but he can't
Let's
see or hear
see.
me. And so it's almost like a little inside track with me. And he's sitting there oblivious. And I hope that he takes this
And
opportunity to pick his nose or something. And then when he does, we're
yeah,
all
I
going to
don't know
see
what's
it.
happening on my live preview there.
We're all going to see it.
I'm
And then
seeing
he
me
won't
in a
even know
tiny
about it.
circle. Oh, there you are. Okay, so.
So we were both there the whole time. I was explaining to the audience that
Oh,
I hope you would take.
as I just ramble on. Uh,
There, I'm gone again.
Video still stuck, it says.
So I'm having some major trouble with my Firefox browser.
Trying something new with the streaming. It's called 1 frame per 30 seconds.
1 frame per 30 seconds, and that's interesting that that's happening. So then, oh, we got some action on the driveway cam. It's time for the lady to go to Bible study, and so here she is. And I'm desperately trying to
Todd
get Nate
says,
back
I'd
going here.
say just plow forward. The audio seems fine.
Yeah. This is funny. So, um,
Only problem with that is I can't hear Dave, so that would make for an interesting episode. Dave, I'll just send you a text when I'm done talking, then you start talking.
I'm going to be back, Nate, right now. You should be able to hear me right now. Can you hear me, Mr. Nate?
I can hear you now.
Yeah. So I switched to driveway
Oh,
cam because we
driveway
were getting
cam.
some action, and I was
Yeah,
explaining to the audience while we were having some issues that the lady's headed off to Bible study, and here in a few minutes we're going to see some action as she pulls out of the driveway.
yes.
It's going to be exciting.
Oh, I don't know if anybody can see it besides me. She's got the headlights on. Hopefully she turns on the windshield wipers to get some of those leaves off the
I know.
windshield.
I can't believe she can't
Val, your
probably see.
windshield. I guess she's reversing right now, so she's using the backup camera, which hopefully doesn't have leaves on it.
Yeah, I
I'm
predicting
waiting
that
to
she's gonna.
see. Come on, windshield wipers.
No wipers.
Yeah,
Oh well.
just going for it. She likes living on the edge.
So Nate, what was happening is my web browser kept crashing over and over again. And
Oh,
so the show's still going, but you can't hear or see me. So well, this is
yes.
just going to be an extra long show as we are finally to what the last story of our follow-up.
Yes, yes, indeed. Well, still we could keep it shorter than some of the others. Um, Todd says, "LOL, this Dave narrative over an unknowing Nate is like abstract art. It's like, yeah, you have to try to guess when you can get a word in to give actual useful information instead of me just blabbering on." Um,
So good, but I think we were here the whole time. Hey, so we know now that that experiment that I did, we're not going to do that again.
okay, and the upgrading to Sonoma, did you upgrade your web browser after upgrade about
Hmm,
Sonoma?
I don't know. I think it is a power issue with the way I have my laptop set up.
Uh,
It is not, the thing I have charging it is not powerful enough to keep it 100% powered. And so I think it's starting to throttle some apps because that's what it does. It's like, hey,
Lovely.
we're just gonna start slowing things down, and that is not a good combination for live web streaming.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, and honestly, for those of you out there who have Intel Macs, and are like, I want to do live streaming, I would say keep your Intel Mac because it doesn't do any of that crazy parking jobs or
Or get
sharing.
a newer Intel Mac
Well, I don't think
or a
that's the
newer
problem.
M1. I'm sorry, newer M1 because yours is the first generation.
It is, but it's still plenty powerful enough. I think it's just the way Apple
Some of the app.
manages its power management stuff is not conducive to apps that want all the power to do live streaming. It it
Gotcha.
it kind of puts stuff in the background when it shouldn't. So anyway, but
Gotcha.
enough about us. Let's talk about us.
Yes. Yes, let us talk about us. Well, there is a rumor that we're recording Monday night, the 16th, that, of course, Apple's going to wait till to tomorrow morning to do a new iPad announcement, probably more of just an update.
Hmm.
I haven't looked into it too much, but nobody seems to be uh, too sure what's going on. I am getting reporting that we're still having some video freezing. My wife was just seeing the driveway cam. So we're
Mm.
just going to plug through and listen to us and then try to
Y-
match it up with whatever
Yeah,
happens on the video.
and you may just have
Um,
to watch it after the fact as it
yes,
plays back normally.
hopefully,
So,
hopefully corrects things. But you know what is correct? Dave's pro tip of the week. Ooh, I get the sounder on time. That's usually our issue.
yeah, I wanted to say before we went to the pro tip of the week that there's always this part of me who hopes that the iPads are amazing and there's a huge leap forward, but there's equally part of me says, I hope it's just a small bump so that the one that I have is just fine. I'm not compelled to update anything. You know what I mean?
Yes,
It's like
yes.
50-50.
Yeah, well, that's like what I was talking about when with the Apple Watch Ultra 2, there was all these people complaining that it wasn't a huge change, but if it was a huge change, they would complain that it was too big of a change. So they're in that perfect spot where if they don't do enough, people aren't happy, and if they do too much, people aren't happy. And pocketbooks, if they do too much, then the pocketbooks aren't happy. So
Yes. Well, thank you for introducing the pro tip of the week. The pro
yeah,
tip this week is something that has been around for quite a while, but it's not really something that I use often. But since I now have two phones that I'm, you know,
yes.
switching stuff back and from, and I decided to use to refresh my new phone to do it without any transfers at all, and I'm installing the apps and hopefully my cloud data is there, etc. So this feature came in handy. So it's called, I don't know what the official term is, but you can AirPlay or AirDrop or AirShare or just share apps from one iOS device to another, and this is how it works. So you'll notice on my old phone here, oh, and I have some
Mm.
focusing issues here. So there's this app, pCalc, with
Oh
a
yes.
42. So I can click on that app, and it brings up the edit home screen, share app, remove app. Well, that share app is the one that I'm going to show you what happens when you do the share app. So it pops up with this screen, and you can do the various things, blah, blah, blah. But look, you can airdrop it. I'm going to choose airdrop, and Davy B's iPhone shows up. And look what happens when that happens. I hit share, and excuse me. No, that's somebody's texting me. Todd, get off my screen. So when I share it, it opens up pCalc in the App Store on the receiving phone. So I sent
Oh,
it on this phone, and it goes right to the App Store. Now it's already
that
installed
is
on this
nice.
device, but uh, it's really handy because there are times when it's like I don't want to open up the App Store and try to find the right app and do all this stuff. let's say you're with a friend and you're at the movies, and the guy says, "I have this great movie tracking app." Well, what's the name
The
of it?
Run Pee app,
The Run
where it
P
tells
app.
you when to go pee during the movies. Previous pick of the week.
Yeah, instead of saying, "Okay, well, it's the blue icon with the whatever." It's this one? No, no, that's the guy that tried to copy it, and no.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
just
exactly.
you just hold it for a second. You hit share app, and you hit send to airdrop to the person's device. Takes them right to the store. They can hit download, and they're good to go. Bob's your
Very
uncle, as they say in
Bob's your
across the
uncle.
way.
Yes, very nice. Yeah, that's a good AirPlay or AirDrop is
Hmm.
such a handy feature in many ways, but I never thought of doing like sharing an app that way. And that
And
has come up before where it's like search for X on the App Store and it's like
yeah,
100 million things come up and it's like, okay, here's the one you want.
and here's the bonus pro tip of the week. Oh, didn't, that was a weak bell. But on iOS 17, right? You can do this
Oh,
little
yeah.
maneuver. Oh, it's not going to do it again.
Of course, it's not going to do it.
Ah,
Yes, I was getting that all way every time that I didn't want it to happen when I was carrying my two phones next to each other.
yes, and I tried to show Valerie today the effect. Oh man, this is embarrassing. It just did it. That's what reminded me to do it. I'm gonna try to do it from this phone to the other phone to see.
Oh,
So
yes.
once the phones are connected, they're kind of connected for a while. Mm, Anyway, it's not gonna do it, but it sure is cool. Maybe I'll do it now. You didn't even see what happened.
Yeah, I'll have to
So,
fix that in post.
jeez, what the heck? Oh, of course now it's doing it. Son of a what? What's it doing? It does this weird.
Oh, yeah, the little rainbow interface when they're
But
something
why is? Oh,
that's
don't
very
look at my
start.
credit
Oh,
card
you're trying to
information.
pay
I'm trying to pay
pay
the other guy.
yourself
Anyway, when you put them together, they do this weird mystical thing. So
to
it's
connect and to share
it
your
needs some
contact info
it
or
needs some adjustment because it is not consistent at all.
yes, which I should remember that. There was a guy that wanted to tip me at the marathon while I was DJing, give me a tip, and he didn't have cash, so he was like, "Do you have Venmo?" He's like, "Oh, actually, not Venmo, Cash App." I go, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, I've got them all." He's like, "Actually, Apple Pay would be better." So we opened it up, and I typed my number into his phone. I don't know if he was running iOS 17, but should have tried just waving them next to each other and seen if it would have worked.
And that's the use case that I was using as an example. I don't know if it's last week or if someone personally. There there are times when you don't want to just give some rando your number so that he can do the
Yeah,
thing. Just do the head to head and maybe you want to share an app with a random person in line who's like,
yes,
"Hey, what's that peacock all about?" It's like, "Well, I'm going to share it to you." And you hold
yes,
them together and it goes. It's pretty cool
pretty cool.
when it works.
Well, you know what else is cool? Everybody's favorite segment. It is time for just the headlines.
And we're going to deal with that delay today. So,
Yes, yes. And the are we going to switch over to the driveway
oh,
cam or do we not want to
driveway
risk?
cam. Yes.
There we go. And you'll notice nicely, I had Dave remove himself from the driveway cam, so it's just me and that nice fall rainy driveway view
Yeah.
there.
But the audio was still here, so I'll be sure to comment.
Yes, yes. Well, here we go. India Pakistan cricket match helps Disney's Hotstar set global streaming record.
Cricket is not a sport.
Prada, yes, that Prada, to design NASA's new moon suit.
The alien wears Prada?
Facebook's sexist, ageist ad targeting violates California law, court finds.
Add it to the list.
Schools' pandemic spending boosted tech companies. Did it help U.S. students?
Spoiler, no.
IRS says Microsoft owes an additional 29 billion with a B dollars in back taxes.
Finally, Microsoft and I have something in common.
YouTube TV, which costs $73 a month, agrees to end $600 less than cable ads.
$600 less over a 5-year period.
Yes, and those
Yeah.
are just the headlines.
Wow.
And I will give an update with my YouTube TV. I paused my subscription, I believe, after the NBA season was over,
Hmm.
and it is still on pause. Although now that football season has started and basketball season is coming soon, I'm really. Ooh, we've got a neighbor leaving the house. Stop
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, keep talking. That's okay. I just wanted
We'll
to see.
talk. We'll talk tech later.
Oh,
Oh, where are they
yes.
going? Oh, are they just? No.
This is the one.
Yeah.
Is this the right next door? No. Yeah, that was right next door.
Ooh, that almost looked like a Subaru Brat. Kids look up that vehicle.
It might have been. That guy's got one car and two pickups,
Nice,
and there's two
nice.
drivers in the family. So,
But yes, the YouTube TV. I'm still. It's like for one, I'm just sitting there playing Candy Crush, and I want to have something on the TV. It'd be nice if it was a basketball game or a football game. But really, is that worth? I think mine's $63 a month with my T-Mobile discount and stuff. But I just don't need live TV that much anymore.
hmm.
Besides the sports, if there was any other way to do that, I would
Well, my son
definitely choose
has been
that.
experimenting with that with the sports packages. He's in Alaska in the army, and one, they don't have good T-Mobile service there, which is sad. Uh,
Yeah,
and so he can't watch a lot on his phone. He's got Wi-Fi, but it's not that fast. And he's like, I want to watch sports, but I don't have a TV. So it's like, all right, well, here's the rabbit hole. Um, so he ended up getting a year season pass to the NBA.com. So it was like
oh,
$100, and it's only NBA. So,
yeah. Well, and if you're in Alaska, that's great because there's no local games. But here,
right.
me being in the Portland area, I could do that. But guess what? I wouldn't get any
I know.
Trailblazer games,
It is
which is what I want to watch.
the dumbest thing
Oh,
I've ever heard of. But
it's
yes.
it's all dumb things. But let us move on to our takes of the week. This past week we had one more big tech company doing their thing. It was Adobe Max. Now they do theirs a little bit differently. They do a lot of obviously training and Draplin, who I'm a big fan of, Aaron Draplin. A lot of my hats come from.
Hmm.
He was like a speaker there, so it's more of a convention than, like the product launches we've had from the other companies. But they did talk about a couple things. They've got a new version of what they call Firefly, which is the image generation that works in Photoshop that I've been using,
Hmm.
but you can also use it in other services. But they teased AI upscaling for videos. So you'd be
Interesting.
able to take old videos and upscale them, but also doing some generative stuff for video, which um, is really just next level. Talk about not being able to trust anything you see.
Hmm.
But I do see the advantage for like old home movies and stuff. If you could do a little upscaling on those, because some of them are really bad quality,
I
that would
tried,
be good.
who was it by? Not Teflon, it starts with a T. There's that
Oh,
software that lets
Topaz.
Topaz. I
Yes.
tried some of their, I did a free trial of their Topaz upscaler for an old
AI
video of my
upscaler.
kid,
Yeah.
and it was like a 640 by 480 video. It did a pretty good job. Of course, it had watermarks all over it, and I didn't want to spend
Yeah.
the like
Yeah.
$300, but that's interesting.
Yeah. But Adobe, they're really doing some great stuff. I have a lot of fun with the one in Photoshop and watching videos of people what they can do. I was thinking about it, and I had some um, cache in my stash app. And I
Mm.
was like, you know what? I like what Adobe's doing. I'm going to buy some pocket change of Adobe stock just so I have a little in my portfolio. But I'm really impressed with what they're doing, and they've got some decent free apps that they put out. But again, for the average person to purchase the Adobe Cloud Creative Cloud subscription, it's what, $50 or $60 a month, I think. So that is a big step, but I think some of this stuff is going to be in some of their more limited apps that anybody can use.
Hmm. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Bob.
Yes. Okay. So, related, you can now generate AI images directly in the Google search bar. Now, this just isn't on by default. Default.
The felt?
Uh, default. It is not on by Flanograph.
I'd have felt you
Todd
on that one.
reference there. But you have to opt into both labs and the SGE feature. But just imagine, I use Google image search all the time. That's where I find most of the base images for our show art. But instead of having to search through somebody else's images, you just generate your own right through Google search. I have not tried
Hmm.
this yet. Did you know this existed yet,
No, and it's
Dave?
great because that Midjourney stuff costs money.
Well, I was going to say with Midjourney, it's done through Discord, which is like a
Oh, I hate
chat
it. Yes, it's the
app. And I
stupidest.
tried to use it, and you like put your request in, but you're in this chat with hundreds of other people, and
You
my
gotta
image
wait,
never
and
showed up unless you
yeah,
pay money.
yeah,
And
it's lame.
OpenAI, they're doing their new stuff too with ChatGPT, but again, you have to pay for the pro level features. But if Google's bringing this in Adobe, you really have to pay for Photoshop to be able to use a lot of their stuff. So
Hmm.
if you can just turn this on in Google search and create this image, which was direct, oh, directly made for my daughter. It's a capybara
We don't,
cooking breakfast.
and we don't see capybaras as much as we should.
No,
They're of the rodent family. They get kind of the short shrift. They're not featured
yes.
very often.
Well, my daughter is making up for lost time on that because she does talk about capybaras, not as much as guinea pigs,
Yeah.
but she does. She is a big fan of the
Well,
capybaras.
they are cousins, and capybaras are the largest rodent on the earth. So
Yes,
check it out.
yes, yes. Todd chimed in the comments. He said, "It's wild. According to Dave's watch, my stream is a full 2 minutes behind when it was recorded. Hashtag mildly interesting." So yes, the live
Sleuth.
stream is this is a great advertisement, as I said at the top of the show, to join in on the live stream so that you can catch things later than if you just watched it later.
Hmm.
Apparently,
Yes.
yes. This next one, Dave, this takes us back to a company we used to work for.
Hmm.
Vintage Mac Community begs for new DVI to ADC adapters.
Well, we know somebody who could do it.
Yes,
Get out
yes.
there,
The
Roderick.
was it the Deviator?
I believe
Um,
so.
yes, but Belkin made one. So ADC is the Apple Display
Oh, I've got one of
connector that
those.
was, yeah, very short-lived. You could sell it for a lot of money. They said they're going up for $250, but DVI was the
Really?
more common. And then, of course, Apple had to do their own thing, so people need these adapters. So, yeah, the back in the Power Mac, the G3 and G4 with their ADC and the ADC display, bringing back some memories of Dr. Bot LLC, a company that where we met,
Hmm. That is
and
true.
a few of our listeners work there as well.
Yes.
So I thought I'd bring that one up. And then kind of into security and privacy, the first one, which refers back to our AI video stuff, MrBeast calls TikTok ads showing an AI version of him a scam. So
Hmm.
somebody did a video where it looks like MrBeast, and if you're just scrolling through social media and it's you're one of 10,000 lucky people who will get an iPhone 15 Pro for just $2, which is something that MrBeast would do.
Totally.
Um, and I do want to congratulate him. He just this weekend passed 200 million with an M subscribers. So he
Wow.
is just above Dr.
Us.
RIP VHS,
Oh
which
yeah.
is just above us on the all subscriber list. So he is the by far the top single YouTuber. But yeah, this scam, I mean, again, you've got to pay attention to this stuff. Be critical when you see something online. And so he's kind of calling them out and bringing attention to this. With 200 million subscribers, you have the power to do that thing.
Hmm.
So I see a lot of these ads, even not like this, where it's just, it'll be, oh, who's that guy? Unbox Therapy.
Oh
And it'll
yeah.
be like some random product, and they're just using like clips of him talking about something, and then they're inserting their crappy product in there. So this kind of
Oh,
stuff's been
wow.
happening, but with the AI, it just goes to the next level.
Hmm.
And this next one, I have seen this a lot because with Consist Media, I
Hmm.
manage or have access, at least have access to a lot of Facebook accounts, and I'll get notifications for messages that come through. And I have seen a lot of these. The headline from Bleeping Computer: Facebook Messenger phishing wave targets 100,000 business accounts per week.
Ooh.
And what they do, they take over like somebody's Facebook page, they name it something like Facebook investigation lab or something like that, and they send you this message, you have violated the policies, please click this link to regain access to your account. And so this one, it's kind of lengthy here, the article, but that's what I have seen in the real world, is that um, there every day I'm seeing somebody get one of these messages, or it's like, your Facebook account, your post violates our policy, and then you click and it'll like go to this Facebook page where they put the Facebook logo, which, why Facebook is not actively destroying this instantly and watching for this stuff, I'm sure they're
Hmm.
trying, but
Who knows?
um, these phishing messages, if you are on Facebook, be careful. And after that, let us cleanse our palate with our bonus odd take. And this comes from the off-cited kotkey.org, and it's some of the most interesting and weird manuals in the Internet Archive.
Hmm.
The first one they've got listed is the Partners in Perfection. Then there's some sort of McDonald's character manual, the care and training of your pet rock,
Oh
which
boy.
is crucial. You got to have that simple sabotage field manual, graphic standards manual. So he's got some links to these. But one of the great things from the Internet Archive is there's just all these history, and there's a manuals showcase collection on
Hmm.
archive.org where you can just find manuals on manuals. Yeah, the McDonald Land Specification Manual. Maybe we should do some live readings of these in a future episode.
That would be so
Uh,
exciting.
there's a 1984 Macintosh manual wallpaper image. So you can use the image as a wallpaper of the 1984 Macintosh
Oh, I
manual.
see. That's interesting.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, you take a look at that, but you know what else is interesting? Our picks of the week.
So I was kind of scrambling here because I'm doing all kinds of stuff at the same time and trying to
Yeah.
fix the show and all these things. And so my pick is, I hope I haven't picked it before. So I guess you can take a look on your computer that seems to be working well. But this is did I pick the NEEWER 28 millimeter low profile tripod ball head 360 panoramic rotating with quarter archetype quick release plate and bubble level for DSLR camera tripods mono slider max load 5K 11 pounds.
I
Yet,
don't remember that one because I did not immediately go and purchase it.
mm,
So I don't see anything in our show notes
well,
that we've mentioned newer since I did on my newer lighting on during our all repicks August. So
at the risk
I
of
think you're in the
crashing the
clear.
stream, I'm going to switch to the web browser here. And it is a very high quality, hefty ball head for your tripod. So if you have a
Mm,
DSLR camera, you can use it to kind of tilt. I use it for my permanent camera here. Well, it's my travel camera too, but the one that I'm using today is on this ball head. And it's very substantial, like I said, very high quality, but it's like $23. So if you're looking for, I bought some cheap
nice.
a couple little cheapies before, and I used
Yeah.
them, and one of them ended up just breaking. And I think they were probably $10 for two or something like that. Do yourself a favor and get a real one. This newer
Yes.
28 millimeter low profile, and it's got that little adapter where you can either do the quarter 20 or the larger
Oh, yes.
um, uh, head thing. So
Big
yeah, it works
one.
really great.
Very nice. We love NEEWER. I've actually
NEEWER.
my camera for the show is on a NEEWER tripod, a like desktop tripod with a ball head on it, which
Hmm.
I am very happy with. So I'm sure it is similar to your model.
Maybe it's the
Well,
same ball head.
mine. Hopefully this will come through eventually on the video so that people can see it. But Dave, do you know what this is?
Oh, I gotta zoom out here.
Yeah.
That's a ladder.
It is a ladder. Now, do you have a ladder similar to this?
No, but
I
I
was
want
trying to
one.
remember. Yeah, so
I've seen
um
these before.
yeah, so I'm lifting that pretty easily. I'm still able to talk.
How high does it
And
go?
well, why don't you guess, Dave? How high do you think
Okay,
this
let's see.
ladder goes?
Okay,
See if I can peek through the cracks
12
here.
feet. That's a 12-foot ladder.
Almost. This is a 10.5 foot
10.5 foot.
ladder. I'm going to do the rest of the show through this. So it is a telescoping ladder. You can do different heights. And so you have all these different sections that you can open it. But if you'll remember this summer when my air conditioning was out and I was having to crawl up into my attic every day for a week, I had a 6 foot traditional ladder. Well, the attic access is about on a ledge about 8 feet up. So I
Mm,
did some severe damage to my knees. So I finally picked these up. I initially picked up I think it was an 8.5 foot ladder, and I was like, I want a little bit taller. So I went for this one. Uh, I'm going to set it down so that I can touch my computer again without breaking my desk. But this is the Augtarlion aluminum telescoping ladder, 10.5 foot collapsible extension ladder with locking mechanism, portable telescopic RV ladder, compact
mm.
ladder for home or outdoor work, heavy duty, 330 pounds capacity.
Wow, it could
So
almost fit you on that thing.
yes, and there, yeah, almost. I did use it. I had it all the way extended, and I went up into the attic to check on something, and it's a little frightening because it has a little bit of a bend to it, as
Mm.
opposed to a traditional strong A-frame ladder. But it held me very well, and it worked. They do have different lengths. There's 10 and a half, 12 and a half, 15 and a half, 8 and a half. I mean,
Do they
there's a
make a
million
24-foot
brands.
model? 26 foot?
Ooh, they might. There
No
are
way.
a
It'd be this
hundred.
small at the top.
Yeah, that's true. Or this big at the bottom.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be quite as compact, but yeah, this is great. We can just store it right next to our washing machine now, pull it
Mm,
out,
that's handy.
stays completely out of the way. But there's a million different brands. Just kind of look through and look at reviews on everything. But Dave, how much would you pay for the Augtarlion?
I don't know. Ladders are kind of expensive.
I will say, and yes, they are. This has 4.5 stars on 564 ratings.
I'm going to be way off on this. Was it 150 bucks?
It is currently 94.99
Mm,
with a $10 off coupon. So,
okay.
and I did look at traditional ladders originally, and especially on Amazon or even at
Oh,
Home Depot, they're
how do they
like
even ship the
200
big
bucks.
ones? Yeah.
Yeah. But so these telescopic ones, I mean, for home use, it is
That's great, but
very nice.
there are times when you need an A-frame ladder. Let's say your garage light bulb is on a sconce. It's nice to
Yeah.
kind of be out away from the garage to do the things versus leaning up against,
Yes, and they do have some that are um, designed for they can be an A-frame or they can
Mm,
extend up.
it's like the
I'm
little
seeing one
giants.
here, 12 and a, yeah, kind of like that, but with the telescopic on
Oh,
it
that's cool.
for $121, which
Hmm.
that would actually be just about perfect. Um,
I need like
but yeah,
a
ton of options.
26-foot one. 24 kind of works. My
Whew,
my roof is high. It's up there. It's
yeah,
2-story.
yes, yeah. It
I got to
gets
clean the gutters.
oof. That's luckily my HOA takes care of that. But yeah, these ladders are really handy. For they don't work for everything, but for what I needed, it's perfect. And you can carry it around one-handed, and Works really nice. So
Very
check
good.
those out. If you want either of our picks, you can head to notpicks.com. We've got a lot of Amazon affiliate links there, a lot of our previous picks that you can go through and find some cool stuff. The holidays sup shockingly are going
Hmm.
to be here before we know it. So if you're doing some early Christmas shopping, you can go there, find some great little gifts over at notpicks.com, and you can support the show with our Amazon affiliate links, which is very nice. Get that money rolling in, that Mr.
Yeah.
Beast money rolling. I will make this commitment. I have not talked to Dave
Hmm.
that if we start making Mr. Beast money, we will give away Mr. Beast levels of money as well.
Okay.
We
I'm
want to be
agreeable to that.
philanthropic with all of our Amazon affiliate payments that are going
Hmm.
to be start rolling in any moment
Any
now.
moment, any day.
Yes, yes. Well, with that, so that our stream catches up before midnight, I
Hmm.
think we will wrap up the episode. Thank you so much to those that joined us live. But remember, you can always catch us later on YouTube or in your favorite podcast app. You can find us on X, Facebook, all over the place,
Truth
wherever
Social.
you want to be. True, so we are on